Hey everyone, how's it going? Welcome back to Chef Vic Cuisine. Today, we're making some sweet potato fries, a sweet and a savory version. This recipe is super healthy for those looking to cut some calories from their diet. And here you have two different options to satisfy whatever craving you may have. So, let's get started. So we're getting two recipes in one on this video. So for the ingredients, starting with the sweet, we're gonna need 3 large sweet potatoes, 1 tablespoon of cornstarch, 2 tablespoons of melted coconut oil, 2/3 cup of granulated white sugar divided, 1 teaspoon of ground cinnamon divided, and for our dipping sauce, we're going to need 1 cup of powdered sugar, 3 tablespoons of heavy cream, and 1/4 teaspoon of pure vanilla extract. Now onto the savory version. We're going to need 3 large sweet potatoes, 2 tablespoons of olive oil, 2 teaspoons of cornstarch, half a teaspoon of garlic powder, half a teaspoon of smoked paprika, half a teaspoon of freshly ground black pepper, some fine sea salt to taste, as well as some finely chopped fresh parsley. Okay, so like I already mentioned, we're gonna have 2 recipes in one video for this, and we're gonna start with the sweet version of the sweet potato fries, and I'll do my best to notify you when I'm working on the sweet versus the savory by listing either sweet or savory at the top left of the screen. So in the beginning, you want to preheat your oven to 400 degrees Fahrenheit or 204 degrees Celsius, as well as line a large baking sheet with parchment paper. And if you have 2 baking sheets, that works better because you'll need to bake these in 2 batches as the fries cannot be bunched together on the baking sheet. So you want to wash and peel the potatoes as well as cut off the ends. And carefully with a sharp knife, you want to cut the potatoes into thin slices of about 1/4 inch thick. Although they may look dry now, there's a ton of moisture trapped in each sweet potato, so the thinner you can get these fries, the better. So once you have all your fries cut, you want to place them into a large Ziploc bag and toss them with cornstarch. And I like adding the cornstarch a bit at a time as I shake the bag just to make sure that each fry is fully coated. And you're not looking for a thick coating of cornstarch here either. All you need is a thin coat on each fry. And if you've added too much cornstarch to the bag, you can always strain the fries using a fine mesh sieve. Now you want to transfer your coated fries into a large mixing bowl and add in your melted coconut oil. Toss the fries in this oil to fully coat them. And if you could do me a favor, go ahead and toss in that like button too. It really helps out the channel to reach more people and helps boost that good old YouTube algorithm. So thank you in advance for all your support. So now in a small bowl, you want to mix together 1/3 cup of sugar and half a teaspoon of cinnamon until they're well combined. And then you just want to pour in this cinnamon sugar mix onto the sweet potato fries and toss them around to fully coat them. And I like adding the cinnamon sugar a little bit at a time just to make sure that I can fully coat each fry in the bowl. Now you want to take about half of your sweet potato fries and place them onto your prepared baking sheet. And you don't want to overcrowd this sheet or else the sweet potato fries will turn out soggy. And you want to bake these initially for about 15 to 18 minutes. And after the initial baking, you want to remove them from the oven and take the time to flip each fry. Once all fries are flipped, you can place them back in the oven and bake them for an additional 14 to 15 minutes. At this point, you can turn your oven off, but you want to keep the fries inside the oven as it cools down for another 30 minutes. This allows the fries to become crispier. So after that 30 minutes are up, you can remove the fries from the oven at this point and place them into a large mixing bowl or a large Ziploc bag. You want to mix up your remaining sugar and cinnamon until they're well combined, and then pour that mixture on top of the fries and toss them all to evenly coat them. And then you just want to repeat this process with the remaining sweet potato fries if you did not use 2 baking sheets at the same time. Now with this sweet version, I like making a dipping sauce to accompany it, and it's really simple to make. All you need to do is, in a small bowl, whisk together your 1 cup of powdered sugar with the heavy cream, as well as your pure vanilla extract. And just whisk them all until they're well combined. And I like to either drizzle this sauce over the fries or serve it on the side. And so as you can see, it's really simple to make this sweet version of my sweet potato fries. And the best bonus about this recipe in particular is that it comes with a sauce that's not only delicious for these fries, but can be used as a glaze for your donuts or any other sweet dessert you may like. So now that we've gone over how to make the sweet version of the sweet potato fries, let's now move on to the savory. And similarly, you want to start by preheating your oven, this time to 425 degrees Fahrenheit or 218 degrees Celsius. Similarly, you want to line a large baking sheet with parchment paper, and you'll need 2 sheets or at least 2 batches, as the fries cannot be bunched together on the baking sheet. We're going to wash and peel the potatoes once again, as well as cutting off their ends. And I just want to stress with you all to carefully cut these potatoes, as well as making sure you use a sharp knife, as sweet potatoes can be pretty tough to cut through, and if you don't cut them onto a flat side, they will wobble on you. So always make sure you're careful while cutting your sweet potatoes. But as far as slicing them goes, you want to aim for 1/4 inch thick fries as well. Once all the fries are cut, you want to place them all into a large Ziploc bag and add in your olive oil and toss the bag to fully coat each fry. Now in a separate small bowl, you want to whisk together your cornstarch, the garlic powder, the smoked paprika, as well as the black pepper until they're well combined. Add this combined seasoning into the Ziploc bag with the sweet potato fries a bit at a time, and toss the bag again until all the fries are evenly coated, and the cornstarch will soak into the oil on the fries. And just like in the sweet version, I like adding the seasoning a little at a time just to make sure that each fry is fully coated. Now you want to spread half of the fries onto your prepared baking sheet, making sure that the fries do not overlap or else they won't fully cook, and bake them for 15 to 18 minutes. After the initial baking phase, you want to remove them from the oven and take the time to flip each fry. Now place them back in the oven for an additional 14 to 15 minutes. And during the second baking phase, you have time to chop up your parsley into really tiny pieces so we can use it as garnishment. So after the second phase of baking is done, you want to turn your oven off again, but keep the fries inside the oven as it cools down for another 30 minutes. And this allows our fries to become crispy. Once that 30 minutes is up, you can transfer the baking sheet to a cooling rack and season the fries with your own personal taste of sea salt, as well as the freshly chopped parsley you just made. And now they're ready to serve and enjoy. And just like that, you've made a savory version of sweet potato fries. Super easy to make and so simple, they're really hard to mess up if you know the basic steps of working with these fries. And so for a tip in this recipe, I can't stress enough that sweet potatoes are packed with moisture. So some fries will end up soggy even if you have a sufficient baking time. Don't be surprised if all of your fries aren't as crispy as the others. But one thing's for sure, whether sweet or savory, these sweet potato fries are gonna taste delicious. As always, this recipe and many more can be found in my cookbook, Chef Vic Cuisine Volume 2, Elevating Your Inner Chef. And that's available on Amazon, and I'll be sure to leave a link to that in my description box. Or feel free to click the pop-up on the screen for more information on that as well. Thank you all so much for watching, and if you've enjoyed this video, make sure to smash that like button for me. It really helps the channel out. And if you haven't done so already, if you want to see more recipes like this one, subscribe to this channel, and don't forget to hit the bell icon to be notified when my next video drops. And sharing is caring, so if you've enjoyed this video and think other people will like it too, feel free to share it to all your family and friends. And stay tuned for next week where I show you to make this awesome dessert that's a lot easier to make than you think, churros. Well, thanks again for watching. I really appreciate it. Check out more recipes just like this one on my page now, and I'll see you next week on another episode of Chef Vic Cuisine. And until then, peace.